Here's how we made some trellises to go around the front door. So here's what I'm starting with. I've got 10-foot 2x4s that are treated. Now I went ahead and pre-stained all these because I got the feeling that whenever I put it all together and I've got lattice strips and all this stuff on it, it's going to be a pain to stain. There you go, a pain to stain. So I went ahead and stained it. There's the lattice strips. There's more 2x4s. And we are going to cut these down and put them together and try to install this, but I'll show you kind of like what we do along the way. We've got these 12-inch boards in the middle. Now, obviously, our situation is probably completely different than everybody else's. We've measured for the area that you've seen and know the size we want. So we've got the height that we want here. We've got this 12-inch board in the middle because we're going 15 inches deep. This is going to be the top, so it's going to be fit up, you know, against the house where you won't see it. And the same thing down here, which is the bottom. This is the front, that's the back, you know. And then what we've got is a 6-foot board that we're going to put in the middle and do another 12-inch board across and give a little bit of space and do another 12-inch board and have like a little window right here and then put lattice strips on it. But so I'm going to get this all attached to show you what we got. So now I've got another 12-inch right here, just the same as the top and the bottom. And that, the way I got to this was took my 6-foot board, put it in the corner down there and run it all the way up here, and then I marked where it come out to. Same thing on this side, so that I was guaranteed to get a nice straight board here. Screwed that in. I gotta knock that stuff off. And now I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm running it this way. Now what I've done here is I've marked my center point, which is right here, but this board's 1.5 inches. So I'm going 3/4 of an inch both ways, obviously. I made a mistake there. So anyway, so that's 6 3/4 inches that I'm going over to the beginning of this board. And I went up here and measured 6 3/4 from that side so that this board running up and down is straight. Cut these angles. What I've done is I've measured the longest point from that center point to this area, and I've cut a board. So when I cut that first board, I used that board for all of my other boards. So here's what I've got, another one and another one. And so these, since they're all the same size, are going to go like so and like that. And then of course this board is going to be put in position right here, which I can't video and do all that at the same time, so I'm just going to do it and then show you what the finished product looks like. All right, so here's what we got now. All right, so we've got all 4 pieces on there, and I'm going to have to sand this down and do a little bit more staining because that drip got away from me. But nonetheless, this is not about perfection. This is just about making something that might spice up your whatever area you're in. But you can see that there's my mark, and I wanted to keep my board above that mark, but it's all right because this is not, once again, about perfection. It's already got one done over there, and it's not perfect at all. It's got just a smidge off in places, but it's not about that. So nonetheless, every board is the same, all the angles. This one is the same. This one is almost about a 31.5, but this one is a little bit more than what my miter saw will actually do. So I've had to you know, get creative on cutting that. But nonetheless, that's how I did it. Hopefully that may help you in regards to what I did, but you might want to do something completely different. I mean, you could technically do this and leave it open or whatever, or don't even do this at all. But now I've got my lattice strips cut, and they're going to go across here, there. I'm just going to keep going down, taking our brad nailer and putting those on. So one of the last things that I do is come back and put this board in at the top, and you can see that it matches with this one. And I've just found the center, went 3/4 of an inch over and made that my side right there so that it's even all the way down. And now since we've got all that done, all I have to do is put my lattice strips on, and you can see I've already got them on the other side. And the only thing that what I've done, and you know, obviously your project's going to be different than this because I want them 10 inches apart. I have got this one set. I did 10-10 all the way down and just split the difference between the top and the bottom. So I have about 7 inches excess. So I did 3.5 on this side, 3.5 on that side. And so 3.5 and then 10 and then 10, and I just keep going 10 until I run out of room, which puts me up here at 3.5, just like the other side. And I did that on the other end, so all I have to do is lay my lattice strips down and put the brad nails in. There we go, both sides are done. That's what we had envisioned. Now, once again, I'm going to say it, this is not about perfection. This is not at all about perfection. Actually, we kind of like the imperfections, so whatever imperfections anybody sees, it don't matter. So now it's time to go install them where they belong and see how it looks. So here's our trellises installed on this house that we bought to fix up, and as you can see, I measured this, you know, and then made it at my house and then brought it out here, and we kind of had to, you know, do some bullying on it, but we got it in there, and now it's anchored down here, down low, and anchored up high as well, but it is tight in there as well. So we still got some work to do this porch and everything, but nonetheless, I think those are a nice addition to that, and looks pretty neat.